What's up? Hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas and is going to have a very Happy New Year. Are you guys ready for another video in the series we like to call Underrated Throwers? Well, today we got Oleksandr Bagach. I think I pronounced that right. He's a Ukrainian shot putter. He's a bronze medalist at the 1996 Olympics and two times bronze medalist at the World Champs and an indoor world champ. And he technically was the 1997 world champion, but if you guys watch my John Godina video, you would realize that he actually has the gold medal, and that's because he tested positive for I think endorphin or something like that. So they took that medal away, but that's the only medal they took away. So I think he's very underrated because I think that Olympic bronze. I think a lot of people in the throwing community know that Randy Barnes and John Godina won gold and silver, but I don't think a lot of people realize who took bronze in the 1996 Olympics. And I know people would say like, "Oh, the only thing that matters is gold," but in my opinion, if you win a medal at a World Champs or Olympics, no matter how far you threw, all right, or your competition, you still should be recognized as one of the greats. And I'm not saying he's like a top 10 shot putter of all time. That'd be insane. But I think he deserves his props. And he's actually really decorated. I'm going to list all his accomplishments, his height, weight, and personal best in the video description. And yeah, I just think he deserves his props because I don't think a lot of people know who he is. Because he competed in the 90s, and the 90s are kind of a dark period for throwing. Well, okay, I shouldn't say a dark period, but I don't know. It was like the collapse of the Soviet Union, so a lot of people, like the Russians, were kind of going away. And you had like a lot of I can't think of a lot of 22-meter shot putters during the 90s. I think John Godina and Randy Barnes were probably like one of the only ones. But I don't think Randy Barnes was really throwing 22 meters in the 90s because, he broke the record in, I think, 1990. And then, like, almost immediately after that, he got banned for, I think, 5 years or something, or 2 years or whatever. And then he just wasn't the same. But I don't know. That's a whole different topic. But, yeah, this is about Oleksandr Bagach, who I know I'm totally butchering that name, and I apologize. I am not Ukrainian. But let's get into it. So in summation, I think he's underrated because and I didn't even know he was this decorated until I looked him up. I was just watching some old videos, and I saw his name, and I just realized, oh, I've actually been meaning to do a video about him. Because I don't think a lot of people actually know who he is. So let's get into this. So this is not his like PR throw or anything. I think this is him at the European Championships. I forget which year. Actually, what does it say the year? I started the recording. Oh, 98. Okay, so Budapest 98. Can I scroll? Okay, so let's get here. So I don't know how far this was because I stopped the recording. When it showed the distance, the furthest throw I've seen on video of him is 2146 or something, which is a far throw. I think that's over 70. I think 70 feet is like 2132 or something like that. Something like that. So let's get into it. This will probably be a pretty quick video because glide, there isn't that much to say on the technique, and because the video is it's actually not even that bad quality for being 1998. But the camera angles are kind of bad. I don't know why they only recorded them in this weird zoomed out front view, like front side view, which is the worst angle to ever record someone. But yeah, let's see. So Let's see. Let me back this up a little. Okay. Right here. So let's start here. So really hunched over, really like that. Relaxed back. Bent knees. Oops, wrong way. Really like the right leg going in. Oh, sorry, I mean the left leg. Jesus. The left leg going in to establish rhythm and get some momentum in the glide. And you notice, let me back this up. So his left arm starts here. When he brings his left leg in, his left arm goes in as well. And that's to establish a good rhythm. So he's here, really like this. And you notice he also rises on the ball of his foot. And that's so he can rock back. And then really get on his heel a lot easier. So you notice he gets on the ball of his foot. And then rocks onto his heel with his right foot. So that's really good. I really like that. You always want to drive off the heel and glide to help you stay low. Because if you drive off the ball of your foot, you're going to have a tendency to jump up and stand up. And then you lose all your power. The lower you can stay and glide, the better. Because that's where you get all your power. You know, if you stand straight up, then you have a really, really short path. And the glide already has a short path to push the shot. So you want to create the longest path as possible. So the lower you can be during the drive phase, the better. All right, so you're here. So he's here, really nice. Kicks up. I personally don't like that because it lets his left leg get super late. I know the camera moves up, so it's really hard to see. I prefer it kick down, and you see a lot of the best gliders throughout history kick either straight or down, usually kicking up. I personally don't like. I think he could actually throw a lot further if he didn't do that because it lets his left leg get super late to the front. And I'm a big believer for glide that your feet should just land at the same time. And he's a wide stance glider, so I don't know how tall he is. I think he's pretty tall. Most of the gliders back then were in the golden age of glide. Well, I guess 90s wasn't really, but the 80s was. But yeah, so you can either do a long stance glide or a short stance glide. Usually the taller you are, the longer stance you're going to be. And what I mean by that is just oops. Whoa. I didn't mean to do that. God, this stupid program. All right, so you're here. Yeah, okay. So what I mean by that is just the distance between your right and left leg. You know, your stand throw. You know, and the reason why taller people tend to have a longer stance is just because, you know, it takes a longer time to move longer limbs. So, and you'll land sooner just because you are taller. So it would just be a lot slower to go into a shorter stance glide if you're really tall. And by tall, I mean like 6'5" plus. Like 6'5" plus tall. And yeah, that's really why. And because, I mean, if he was in a shorter stance, he would stand up quicker. And you don't want that because then, you know, you lose your power, like I explained earlier. So he's here, keeps a good wrap. That left leg just lands a little late. So it kind of takes him off his right leg a little sooner. And then here, really nice. And because I know it's hard to tell because the camera takes out all this because it moves, which is why I hate this kind of filming, but whatever. But he can't really, he's off his right leg. You can just tell that he's off his right leg earlier than he should be, but he has a really nice glide finish. just stays on the ball forever. So I just think, and again, this wasn't his furthest throw. But yeah, so if he got his left leg down a lot sooner, I feel like he could have had a further throw here. But that's really my only critique of this, and that's my opinion. It's again, it's hard to tell what his right leg's doing, but you can probably just you can just tell by the delay in his right feet. Again, you don't really want to turn your feet, you don't want to rotate your feet, like you would in the rotational shot. The glide finish is a lot different. It's kind of more like a javelin kind of throw a little bit. But I'm not gonna get to much of that in this video because I've already explained that to death, and I've actually done a lot of glide videos, so you can check those out in this series as well. But yeah, yeah. Other than that, I mean, again, there isn't too much to say about the glide. It's a very, very simple movement. So yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say on it. So I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys at least now know who he is. Maybe you don't. Whatever. But yeah, I just think he deserved a little bit of respect and a little bit of props for all the stuff he did in his career. And yeah, hope you guys learned something. Again, I'll link his personal best, height, and weight, and notable accomplishments in the video description. And I'll see y'all on the next time. Happy New Year, and yeah, see y'all next year.